Hey guys, hope you have a wonderful day so far. In case we've never met before, my name is Patrick Lyons, and this is not my normal sort of content. Normally I'm doing things like pranks, social experiments, fitness videos, inspirational, motivational videos, but I do also work for Microsoft. So I've done a couple days in the life talking about what it's like to work at Microsoft, and so I figured maybe this would be kind of a cool topic because I am an engineer at Microsoft, and I do use Apple products, and I'm not ashamed to say that. And one thing I will say as a caveat there is that I got into the Apple environment or ecosystem well before I started working for Microsoft. So I once had an iPod, and then I had the iPhone 5 as my first iPhone, then I jumped to the 10, and then obviously now I'm unboxing the iPhone 12 Pro Max. And so everything else I use is pretty much Windows. I don't have to use everything Windows. It isn't like a requirement of working at Microsoft, but I do just like to say that I am not, 100% all in on everything Apple. I like both ecosystems, and I choose to maintain a foot in both of them. But this is not sponsored by Apple, and this is not sponsored by Microsoft to go against Apple or something. This is just me sharing my own thoughts about the product and showing you the experience of unboxing it and using it for the first time. So hopefully you enjoy that. So now let's get into the unboxing. So the unboxing starts with a bag, just like this. You reach into the bag and you pull out the iPhone. So this is what it looks like in the packaging. I will reveal now that this is actually not the first time I have unboxed this. I unboxed this about 2 hours ago, but I didn't actually turn it on, so I put it back in the packaging so I could show you the full experience of unboxing it. So get into that now. So I've angled the camera down because I feel like you care more about the phone than my face at this point, but in case you forgot, there it is. So to unbox this guy, you pull off the silver or the clear lining, and then you just have this box. Pretty cool design on the front cover. I'm a fan. Apple really does do a great job with packaging, so cannot hit on them there. Then you take off the cover, and inside you have this. You pull off this tab, and you get that. And then you just pull this guy out of the box. This is what she looks like. Super thin. You can see it compared to my index finger. Very, very thin. I got the Pacific blue color. There's the camera for you. One thing I will mention is that this is technically not exactly how it would look like out of the box. I don't know if you can tell, but there is actually a screen protector already on there. If you see up close here near the camera, you can see the line there where I have the screen protector on, and that just obviously adds an extra layer of protection. You can see a video here that shows how that process goes. I got it done at Celltech. This is the exact one that I got. It is the Invisible Shield Glass Elite, and this has a lifetime warranty on it, and so it's from Zag specifically. You can find Zag at least the stores that I go to. I'm a big fan of it. I got this at the Gallery at Dallas in Texas. So once we get this guy out of the box, the rest of this is new for me. The next step, we're going to turn this guy on together. Pressing and holding the power button. And there she goes. The famous Apple symbol lighting up, illuminating the screen to know that this guy is on. So then once you've turned this guy on, you just swipe on up, select your language, United States. So then it brings up a quick start page that says to bring your current iPhone or iPad near this iPhone to sign in and set up. And what's crazy is, right on my other phone over here, it says set up new iPhone. I didn't have to do anything. It just has it ready for me already. So I click connecting. Position this image in the frame of your other phone. That's kind of crazy. So I'm holding one over the other. Connecting, finish on new iPhone. Keep this iPhone near your new iPhone while your information is transferred. Alright, so it wants me to enter my passcode, which I will tell you now. Just kidding. Gotta do that off camera. Alright. Hopefully you can't hear what my passcode is just from hearing the sounds of the buttons, but if you can, I might just mute that. Alright. It takes a few minutes to activate your iPhone. It's like the SpongeBob. A few moments later.
A few moments later.
A couple of lifetimes
One
later.
eternity later.
Probably a terrible accent. Okay, I'm gonna blur that if it gave you my phone number. Alright, so it's activating my iPhone. Oh shoot, it wants the last four of my social. So after you enter your social security number, it gives you a data and privacy screen. Click continue. Face ID. Alright, so this is me setting up Face ID. This is gonna be fun. Alright, position your face within the frame. First Face ID scan complete. Second Face ID scan complete. Face ID is now set up. Alright, so it now says restore from iCloud backup, which is what I set up on my iPhone 10 immediately before this. So I just need to enter my Apple ID. I'll do that off camera. Then after signing into my iCloud, I got a notification on my other phone confirming that this is in fact my phone, that it's me doing this. Then I should be officially in, so terms and conditions, click agree. Hopefully I'm not signing too much of my life away. It may take a few minutes to set up your Apple ID. So then it asks you to choose backup. I have one from today, 30 minutes ago. That was the last one I took. I have done nothing new since then, so I click that one. Allow Siri, allow Maps, allow Analytics, yes. Keep your iPhone up to date, yes, continue. I'll set up cards later in Wallet. Share audio recordings. Sure, I will share app analytics. Alright, so now it's restore from iCloud. The question is, how long will it take to restore from the iCloud? So long that the lights went out. I'm just kidding. The light on the battery on my light died. So it only took 5 to 7 minutes and it's fully restored. It just has to, I guess, like re-download a bunch of apps, but otherwise, this is a fully functioning phone. And, you know, beginning to end of the unboxing experience, I'm talking to you and it was only, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, so not bad at all. And it's a pretty darn nice phone. So Apple, I will say you've done good. So this would probably be a bit of a failed unboxing video if I didn't show you the rest of what was in the box. I feel like obviously the phone is the most important thing. I already went over that. It also has a cable that connects from your phone to like an iMac or something. I don't have a use for this because I don't have a Mac. And then in here, it actually has a SIM card remover. So if you are switching over your SIM card, this is super clutch. And then it has like warranty information and stuff. So otherwise, that is the end of the unboxing. Another thing I wanted to mention is that I do not feel comfortable just having the phone as it is, just even though it has a much higher drop test rating than previous versions. This is an expensive device, and I don't want to risk, you know, fully damaging it and having to pay for it. Even though I have Apple Care on it, that's a worry. So on the iPhone 10, I had this. It's the commuter case. It is pretty tough. It's just like a hard plastic layer. But I decided to go a level up with this one. I got the Otterbox Defender case. The Otterbox Defender case has historically been known to be just like very, very bulky. And in a way, it is. So the full thing is this. It's literally like the belt clip thing that you see like, you know, the worker dads using. I don't know what the worker dad means, but it's just a term I came up with right now. But it's the same price either way. I'm not gonna use that part. That part I disconnect. And so what you're left with is this. And this is super clutch because it's got the rubber outside, so you can kind of like absorb impact. And then underneath it, you have the harder plastic layer, similar to the commuter for this one. So all in all, you have a ton of protection, but what's awesome is that they've modified the Defender slightly, so it is like, yes, it's bigger, but that's because the phone is bigger. But if you look at the size in terms of the width, they're nearly identical. So it's like it's not going to take up a ton more space in your pocket comparing the Commuter to the Defender. This thing is so legit that you got to put it on in a couple of steps on your phone. So I'll show you that. In order to install the Defender case, you have to basically separate it out into a bunch of different pieces. This is the back hard outer case. This is the front snap-on. It's got like 4 or 5 different snap-on points. 1, 2, 3. Because that one's already snapped in. 4, 5. So now we have the hard shell encasing the whole thing. So you can drop it this way, this way, this way, all the ways, and it will be protected. One thing I'm particularly a fan of is that this plastic rim here sits higher than the face of the cameras, so that if it was to drop on the camera, you wouldn't actually hit the lenses. So that's a great perk there. And then finally, you slide this guy into the rubber outer shell. This part really just seals all the way around the guy. I keep referring to my phone as the guy now, but you slide them all the way around. It's got a good seal fit there. And the case itself has a lifetime warranty, so if the case ever breaks, you can go in, get it replaced in person, I believe for free. But if you send it in, if you send in your warranty notice online, they will just make you pay for shipping and send you a brand new case. One other thing I did want to mention is that after I did, the full backup and everything, there's probably, 100 plus apps on here, and maybe 20 of them I use on a daily basis, and so it probably took somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes to go through all the apps and like re-sign in. Luckily, when you port over data, the old iPhone's saved passwords are still stored in here, but in some cases they weren't stored, in other cases it's just like a ton of apps you got to go through and then like re-verify a couple of things. So all in all, you're looking at like maybe an hour setup time from beginning to end when you unbox the new iPhone 12. So there you go. So then to show you the difference in size between these two guys, this is the 10, this is the 12 Pro Max. You can see side by side, you have quite a big difference in size. It is a 0.9 inch difference in the diagonal. So, you're looking at somewhere around 3/4 of an inch on top difference. And then if we look at them trying to overlap, yeah, it's about 3/4 inches on top, and then maybe like 1/3 of an inch on the side. So it is bigger, but it's not so much bigger that it's like unmanageable for a single hand to hold it. The weights are negligibly different, and the thickness is virtually the same. So if you look there, thicknesses are very, very similar, even with the Defender case on compared to the Commuter. Super similar. I'm very happy with this. I think it's going to be a great phone, and I'm going to take a picture with it, and I can flash that in the video. Hi, my name is Patrick, and this is a vertical video. Hi, my name is Patrick, and this is a horizontal video. And the lights just went off. If you're curious why I chose the iPhone 12 Pro Max specifically as opposed to just the 12 or the 12 mini, I will show you some of the stats and my voiceover comparing them and my thought processes behind them. Alright, so if you would like to compare different iPhone models, you can go to the Apple website or Google search iPhone Compare, or you can Bing search iPhone Compare and compare different models. This was the exact comparison that I wanted to run. I previously had the iPhone 10 and I was deciding between the 12 and the 12 Pro Max. This allows you to very easily see what the actual differences are. So obviously you have the price point. There's a $300 price delta between the 12 and the 12 Pro Max. So the question is, well, is it worth it? And so we can kind of dig in deeper to see what the actual differences are. So you can see quite a bit of an increase in size from the 10. I liked the size of the 10, but I think the size of the 12 Pro Max is fine. It doesn't make it too bulky to where you can't hold it. You have 5G capability on both of the 12s as opposed to only 4G on the 10. That's a huge plus to have faster internet speeds, downloads, high quality streaming, that sort of thing. I use my phone literally every day to take I would estimate somewhere around 100 pictures and videos, maybe 50 to 100 on, given the day, but I use my camera constantly. So that was the big thing for me, is I wanted to have the highest quality camera possible. So you can see, if you compare, you get ultra wide, you get telephoto, you get Dolby Vision HDR video recording up to 60 frames per second on the 12 Pro Max. Very similar on the 12, except without the telephoto and with only 30 frames per second. So all in all, this was a big selling point for me for the 12 Pro Max. You also have higher optical zoom range, 5 times as compared to only 2. You have night mode portraits capability, and you have 20 hours of video playback. I also use my phone constantly for my own business, and so this 20 hours of video playback is huge for me, because I can, just be walking around my day-to-day life, playing video, watching scientifically backed videos about various fitness and nutrition topics. I can contact clients, I can upload things onto Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all of that. This is just crucial for me. So big selling point, the fact that it's better than both the 12 and the 10. You also have better drop performance, so you can survive worser drops, I guess. And then it's also greater water resistance if you plan on plunging this thing into a toilet or a pool. And then it's compatible with accessories and wireless chargers if you want that. For the iPhone X, I only had the 64 gigabytes, and I maxed it out completely, so I opted to go with the 256 because I plan to have this for quite a long time. And so that will make it so that when I port over all the data, only be a quarter full, so it can maintain good performance. I have a ton of stuff in the cloud. I have about 414 gigabytes of stuff in the cloud, so I thought about getting the 512, but I don't think that's really worth it, because you end up paying a heck of a lot more, and I'm just going to have stuff in the cloud anyways, so I opted for the 256. Then if we go down to size and weight, you're looking about like 1 to 2 ounces difference between all of these, not a huge difference. Again, with the camera, you have the night mode, you have better aperture on the 12 and the 12 Pro Max as compared to the 10. You got that digital zoom up to 12 times, again optical zoom up to 5 times. Video recording, you got night mode time-lapse, you got stereo recording. For front camera, you have video stabilization, which is huge because it makes your videos look higher quality. And then you got all this stuff, night mode, deep fusion, quick take, etc. I will mention that I have T-Mobile, so if you go to Google or Bing and you just type buy iPhone, you can just click buy and it'll take you to this page with buy iPhone 12 Pro. I selected the Pro Max, and if you click T-Mobile, it'll reveal to you that you have an additional $150 trade-in credit. I should mention I do have T-Mobile, not an ad, but if you have T-Mobile, in addition to whatever trade-in credit you get for your phone, you can get an additional $150 through this. One thing that you may be curious about is that the trade-in credit for the iPhone X is $250 base, meaning that when I send it back to Apple, they will apply $250 credit towards the payments that I make on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Then, once they receive that, they will also give me this $150 virtual prepaid MasterCard from T-Mobile. And that concludes kind of the decision-making that I went through for getting the 12 Pro Max specifically, and some of the factors about it. Also, I did clickbait this video a little bit by saying that, I'm a Microsoft engineer unboxing an iPhone 12 Pro Max. It's a true statement, but I did feel like it would be lacking if I didn't mention something about Microsoft here. I do feel like Apple has stated a little bit of a plateau recently in terms of phone development. Like, if you look at these, they're so similar. I wish that they were being more innovative. I do think that that's something that Microsoft has done a much better job with. We came out with the Surface Duo very recently, and it is like an unfolding device. It's super innovative. Like, it has the super unique hinge, it has dual screens, you can have 2 apps open at the same time, so you could be writing notes while you're watching a video lecture or a video about science. So I just feel like Microsoft is definitely at the cutting edge in terms of like innovation, forward thinking, doing things that they're pushing the envelope. And then iPhone, great phone, don't get me wrong, but they didn't really push the envelope in terms of design. So that's my challenge to Apple there and my thoughts. Hopefully in the near future, all phones have the dual screen nature so we can have 2 apps open at the same time. I care a lot about that because I research the fitness science world constantly, so I'm always watching videos, taking notes, and I gotta go back and forth between the two. But it is what it is. video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, and this is actually helpful for you. If you have any other questions about the device, or if you want to see, you know, maybe a follow-up video in a week or a month, let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to address any questions you have, and hopefully that helps you out. Like I said, this wasn't an ad. It was just me unboxing the phone I'm going to use for the next couple of years, probably. I don't like getting a new phone every single year. I don't think it's necessary to spend that much money. But yeah, that is that. So if you did enjoy the video, please drop a thumbs up on the video, drop a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time.